Good morning.
Good morning.
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 So I want to thank Dr. Tom Wake, Administrator of the Cook County Animal and Rabies Control Department, for his work to ensure the well-being of the county's pets and residents alike. We're grateful to be joined by Emily Clem, CEO of the South Suburban Humane Society. And we all thank you for your tireless dedication to the county's homeless, neglected, and abused animals. Unfortunately, my rescue dog Don had a previous engagement and is unable to join us today. But I'm so happy to welcome Mr. Belvedere, another local rescue, who is here on behalf of all of Cook County shelter animals, along with his owner, Animal and Rabies Control Deputy Director, Mark Rosenthal. Thank you, Mark, for bringing Mr. Belvedere. We're grateful. Mr. Belvedere and so many animals like him throughout our community are able to make their way out of horrible circumstances to lead happy lives with loving families because of the commitment of the caring people who work and volunteer at our shelters. Over the last few decades, the way shelters care for our pets has evolved, and many of their facilities have not. Some were built without multiple species in mind. They do not have the capacity that no-kill shelters require to ensure that no animal is turned away. And they do not provide an optimal environment that helps them engage successfully with potential adopters. That's why I'm so excited to announce $8 million in grants to 2 area shelters that provide such vital services for our community. Housing Cook County's Animals grants were awarded through the county's Animal and Rabies Control Department. South Suburban Humane Society receives $6 million. The City of Evanston receives $2 million. Housing Cook County Animals will cover the cost of planning and construction of animal shelters in Cook County. The goal of the program is to expand the capacity of nonprofit and governmental animal shelters to address current overcrowding while providing housing for animals impounded by the Department of Animal and Rabies Control. Our pets are members of our families. We have a responsibility to ensure that all Cook County's animals have the happy ending that Mr. Belvedere has. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Wake to say a few words. Dr. Wake.
Thank you, President Preckwinkle, for your leadership and your commitment to all of Cook County's residents and their pets. It is such a pleasure to welcome Emily Clem. We're so grateful for your work with South Suburban Humane Society and with shelters throughout our region. It's also, I don't know if he's on, I hope he is. Mr. Belvedere is a great guy. It's also wonderful to have Mr. Belvedere here. He represents the kind of life we all want our shelter animals to have. A great reminder of what brought us here today. On November 1st, 2019, we announced the Housing Cook County Animals Grant Program. Our goal was to find organizations that could formulate a robust and visionary plan to ensure that homeless and abused pets had a safe place to go with the goal of nurturing them and finding them loving homes. In an emergency, our shelters are critical in housing displaced pets. We also want to ensure there would always be a place for any animals that Cook County impounded as well. As an example, last night, our animal control wardens were called by Cook County Sheriff Police to rescue 43 dogs from an unsafe situation. South Suburban Humane Society was able to take in every single one. We are fortunate that in a time of COVID-19, so many residents have stepped up to adopt and foster pets that there was room. Usually South Suburban and so many other shelters across our area would have struggled to find space to take in so many animals at one time. When we established this grant, we knew we needed to take into account just how large Cook County is and make sure the proposals could accommodate animals in need in both the southern and the northern portions of our community. The proposals we chose were both thoughtful and thorough. They met the needs of the community they serve today and have also considered how those needs will evolve moving forward. Both South Suburban Humane Society and Evanston Animal Shelter are forward-thinking and passionate advocates for both pets and pet lovers. I am proud to have an opportunity to work with them to make our shared vision a reality over the coming years. Funding for this grant program is provided through small fees paid by dog and cat owners whose pets receive rabies vaccines in Cook County. These funds are used for our department's operations as well as special projects like this one that safeguard residents and their pets throughout the county. Evanston Animal Shelter is utilizing its $2 million grant towards a new facility, demolishing its current facility, which was built in the 1970s and only intended for dogs. The new facility will accommodate current and future needs of this open admission, no-kill shelter. South Suburban Humane Society will use its $6 million grant towards construction of a new facility that will reduce shelter stress, provide enrichment, and move pets through the system as quickly as possible. The space will be designed to promote volunteerism, fostering, and adoption. Here to tell us more about this shelter plan and what it means for the residents and pets in Cook County is Emily Clem. I'm sorry, Emily.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wake. From the origins of the South Suburban Humane Society as a group of dedicated pet lovers taking unwanted and stray pets into their homes 50 years ago, we have always been an organization that makes it work. Our shelter in Chicago Heights wasn't originally built as an animal shelter, and we have continued to make it work as we save more than 3,000 lives annually. Over the past few years, we added 10 municipal contracts for stray pet holding because there was nowhere else for these cities to go, so we made it work. When Cook County came to us in 2018 and needed a home for county rescued pets, we figured out how to make it work. When Cook County Animal and Rabies Control rescued 43 dogs from an unsafe environment last night, we were there to take them in, to provide medical care as needed, and we will work to find each one a safe and loving home. But as Dr. Wake pointed out, we were fortunate that so many of our supporters have fostered and adopted pets during this pandemic. We were able to accommodate these dogs. But while fortunately this pandemic will end, that also means that our need for space will once again be acute. The Cook County Grant Program to provide funds to expand animal sheltering services in Chicagoland is the game changer for the South Suburban Humane Society. Our $6 million award allows us to build a healthy, progressive animal resource campus that will expand our capacity and make the lives of pets and the people who love them better in Chicago Southland. President Preckwinkle's South Suburban Economic Growth Initiative to revitalize the South suburbs is critically important now in the COVID-19 world more than ever. The rates of poverty in the South suburbs have steadily increased, and we estimate that 416,000 pets live in poverty in our communities. The love of pets should be accessible to all families, and our emphasis at the South Suburban Humane Society, now and at our new campus, is providing resources to support families in need. We hope this investment in the South suburbs helps spur further economic investment in these communities that year after year find a way to make it work. Our extremely talented team of Linden Group Architects and RWE Design Build have built more than 300 animal care facilities across Chicagoland, and they are ready to get to work to build this amazing building. Our board of directors, volunteers, and staff are ready to share our vision with our communities and raise the additional $2.5 million needed. Our campaign website is www.newhomeforSSHS.org. We are incredibly grateful to Cook County, to Dr. Tom Wake and his team for their tireless efforts to bring this program forward, and especially to President Preckwinkle and the Cook County Board of Commissioners for recognizing that healthy and safe pets are a vibrant part of a healthy and safe community. We cannot wait to welcome you all back for our groundbreaking this fall, and hopefully our grand opening at the end of 2021. Thank you so much.